I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everybody didn't have the challenges maybe that April and I did with the global technical issues that happened on Friday. And there's nothing quite like getting up Friday morning, turning the news on, and you're headed to the airport to fly to Chicago, and you hear that there's crazy stuff going on all over the world with technology, and mainly it affects air travel and big companies and stuff. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And it was one of these times, and we use in the States, we use Southwest as often as we can. And thank God we did, because they don't do a lot of international flights, and the big problem was international. It wasn't domestic as much. So actually our flight wasn't delayed. But when we got back late last night from Chicago, so we flew in Friday morning, went back, came home, and it was for the watch party. It was for the virtual event. The When we got back to Orlando, Orlando is a major international airport. We get back and it's late, it's like 10:30, and there were people everywhere. I mean, everywhere. So you could tell the flights were delayed all day long or canceled or whatever was going on, because you would have thought it was, thanks the day before Thanksgiving or something at the airport, where, you got 2, 3 hour lines. So anyway, and then like that's not enough to be concerned about. We have a leadership dinner in Chicago, and one of the things that we wanted to do, because we were doing opportunity meetings on Saturday along with the virtual event, okay? And logging in live when you have guests in the room and coming and going and stuff, it could be challenging, and your internet service could be challenging and stuff. So we had a link with the replay that we were able to access. We actually got it a little early on Friday, but you're going to crack up. You want to know how bad internet service can fluctuate? We're in the Marriott, and I'm trying to download the event for Saturday, okay? The Activate event. I'm trying to download the file so we can start it when we need to start it, not necessarily 11 Central Time. Okay, we want to be able to start it whenever we finish the opportunity meeting. So I clicked the button to download, and my computer says it will be ready in 86 hours. 86 hours was going to take the download. So I'm like, okay, that ain't going to work, because 10 hours from now we're doing the meeting. This was Friday night. And thank God Dr. Grija, Catalina, had good internet service. When you had the right service, this was Saturday morning, it took 45 seconds to download. So it went from 86 hours to 45 seconds. So anyway, this business, you need to have a sense of humor with it. You need to, it's one of the reasons why April and I love live events so much, because it's always something. You no matter how you plan or what you plan, there's always something. And the entertainment value, if you get your mind right, can be pretty good. Okay, because you just never know what's going to happen. But we have a lot to share with you tonight. We have never been more excited than what's going on, and many of we've had the good fortune this year of qualifying for 2 trips already. We already qualified for South Africa, which is a bucket list place for us. And we qualified for the Rise Retreat, which is the end of August in Park City, Utah. But something that April and I have been talking about for years has been taking a cruise to Alaska. And wouldn't you know it, the company that is our incentive trip. And, I'm going to go through that a little bit with you, but the message tonight, and April's got a training for you. I'm going to take maybe the first 10 minutes with you, and then April, she's got a training to share. But these trips are how you build your business, because you're building your business to get on the trip. Okay. And then when you go on the trip, you get to spend a week with people that are building their business, and you exchange ideas, and, you become kind of, different types of maybe accountability partners or whatever, but you develop friendships in other lines, and it becomes very valuable because you share information back and forth. And I'm telling you, they're very valuable. It's not just the excitement of a free trip where you're seeing, some great places in the world like South Africa or Ireland or Croatia, or all the different places the company's taken us, but the relationships that you develop and the new business partners you get. And the one thing I want to share with you, April and I had the opportunity to take 22 cruises in our other company. We were there 25 years. They did a cruise every year, and we traveled around the world. And one of the very best places to recruit is on a cruise ship. And you say, well, why is that? Well, most people, that is their one vacation for the year. Okay. But the biggest thing is you get to eat dinner with people in the evening, and you don't have to necessarily eat with who you went with. You can eat with total strangers if you want. And it's a ship in the ocean, and they can't go nowhere for a week. They just can't get away from you. So you really, if you sharpen your people skills and your friendship skills, you'll get into as many conversations as you want, to talk about our products and business on a cruise ship. Okay. Because like I said, they just can't get away from you. And I'm joking, but it's true. Okay. They really can't get away from you. So let me pull up a couple slides, go over a few things, because we have 3 things we want to share with you. Obviously, want to get you more familiar with the cruise and understand that we have 10 days left in July, and July counts, and they're paying us double points in July. So we want to make sure we get one of those tracks for, you need to do 750 in new points, new business in July, and you can get a track as long as one of them's a consultant and 150 points as a consultant. It could be all one consultant that does a business pack. It could be 3, 4, 5 customers and a consultant that does 150. But the magic number between now and the end of the month is we want to do 750 points in new business. That's the magic number. And the reason for that is they're paying us double points. And it's really nice to get a head start on a new trip. So let me pull up the slides. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So a couple things, and again, please write these down. You may already know this, you may not, but the replay from yesterday, the virtual activation Zoom that was done yesterday, which, by the way, was without a doubt the best company Zoom that they have ever done. It was like an opportunity meeting. It was really good. It was broken into segments. And, we've been in this industry 32 years and 6.5 years with LifeVantage. And this was the best Zoom that they ever did. So it's available now. They did email the link out to everybody that had registered and was on, but it's also on the hub. Okay. So, and the cruise details that I'm going to go over now and show you also were emailed out in the same email. Okay, they had it broken into a couple pieces, and also in the hub. Okay, now there's a corporate Zoom with Steve Fife and Kristen Cunningham and Erin Brockovich Tuesday night, July 23rd. That is posted. I would highly advise you. We put that in our messenger group. We put that in our Facebook group. But I'd highly recommend you tune into that. I know that Steve Fife is going to be talking about the future of the company. I know that he wants to reassure everybody that these 3 or 4 companies that kind of did away with their distributors last week and went into an affiliate program, That's not the game plan for most of the industry. It's certainly not in the plans for us at LifeVantage. But Erin Brockovich is a board member. I believe that's probably why she's going to be on, just to speak on behalf of the board. But that would be a good thing to tune into on Tuesday night, the 23rd. And you can see the times are posted on what I posted. Okay. Now, make sure with all of this stuff that's going on, you don't forget about our Opportunity Zoom. Our team Opportunity Zoom is a week from tomorrow. Okay, it's Monday night, the 29th. Great timing this month, because April's got a great training for you, but it gives us a chance to just kind of tie everything together for July, load up that Zoom with guests, and we still get, the 29th, 30th, 31st to close it up, so that we can use those people and that volume towards earning the track that we want to get. That'll earn us 20 points, our first 20 points towards the cruise. Okay, so April will be talking to you in a minute, but like I said, July is double points. We have, 10 days left, and we definitely want to, do this. Make sure we take everything the company is offering. One thing important to understand, from the moment that you're in the business or the moment the trip starts for you, you have to be on subscription. Now, it could be just a bottle of Protandim. It doesn't have to be 150 points. It doesn't have to be collagen, but you have to be on subscription. Like, if a new person is running for the cruise and they come in September, then from September to March, they need to be on. But for all of us, we're in. Okay, so we need a subscription in July. Okay, that's one of the requirements for the trip. But there we go. What do you think? And what's funny, of all the cruise lines, we've been on a lot, and we've been on Crystal and Silver Seas a couple times. Those are really, cruise lines for the rich. We've been on a variety of different ones, but we've never been on Norwegian, and we've heard great things about it. But the qualification period is right now, okay, through March 31st of next year. And then the trip itself is next summer, August 9th to the 16th. And April reminded me our anniversary is August 16th. So we get to celebrate that on the ship next year. So that'll be great. But it is Alaska. And I'm telling, I want to play a short video for you, just to give you an idea of how exciting, how much fun, and just imagine doing this for a week with all your friends from LifeVantage. Okay, it's so cool. I can't wait. It just has me so excited with the fact that it's two bucket list things for us. South Africa was always one of them, and a cruise to Alaska, and we just hadn't gotten to it. And it's exciting. So the only thing, we will be training on this on Sunday nights as time goes by and stuff. The only thing that's really important to understand is right now in July, we need to have a subscription, to be qualified. And we're running to get a track, and a track is 750 points with at least one consultant that did 150 of those 750. Okay. So we've, some of this we went over. We'll go over more details with it. As, like I said, as the weeks go by. But the only thing that we can do to get points in July is the enrollment track, that 750 point track. So as of tonight, And through the end of the month, that is the only thing that matters that we're all shooting for, is to get some new customers, new consultants, that a combined amount of business is 750 PV. Okay, that's the key. And then, you know, as the weeks go by, obviously there's 3 levels for the trip. 300 points gets 2 people on the ship. You know, 400 points gets a $750 flight voucher towards it, and 500 points gets $1,500 in airfare towards it. Okay, so again, you're going to be able to earn points by rank advancing. Okay, and I'm not going through that now because that don't count for July. Okay, so we'll get into that next month. You also earn points by mentoring and helping the people that you've sponsored rank advance. But the only thing that matters right now for the next 10 days is this: the tracks. And we can't earn retain in July. We can only earn enroll, okay, in July. And that is normally 10 points. So for July, that's 20 points. And there's no limit to how many enrollment tracks you can get in July. They're allowing us, look at that where it say it's capped at 450 points. They're allowing us to get 450 out of 500 points just from tracks. Okay, they're allowing us to do that. So, you know, it's like I said, it's very exciting, it's fun, and you don't have to think, what do I do next? Everything you do to build the business with enrolling customers and consultants is earning you tracks and earning you points for the cruise. You've heard me say this before, it all happens simultaneously. Okay, so let's dive in for the last 10 days of the month, really get our enrollments up and run as hard as we can for the 750. April and I already have it. We're shooting for our second one. Okay, we want to see if we can get 2 tracks this month instead of you know, instead of 1, and we'll see what happens. But so these are 2 of the invites. There's 3 of them. You can use any one you want. They're in the back office. This is for next, not tomorrow night, not Monday tomorrow, but next Monday night, the 29th, loaded up with guests to come watch a 30-minute presentation about what our products are and what our business is, and give us a chance to help you do some business and, you know, help you enroll some people. So, okay, I'm going to stop the share on that. And April, it's all yours.
All right, thanks. How's everybody doing? We had such an exciting weekend. We really had a good time, and I was excited to see everybody was there. Nothing like an in-person meeting. You know, it's funny. This is a business, if you get your mind set right, think about the last time you saw a great movie, or you read a great book, or you went to a restaurant. Don't you just share that very naturally? You know, that really needs to be this business. And there's so many different avenues we can take with it. I can tell you, we were, as we got back to the airport to go back, we sat down to get a light bite, and a book that I just finished. The people across the way had just seen the movie on it. And you know, maybe you're familiar with the J.D. Vance book, is all around, everybody's talking about it and stuff. But you know, it's just so funny. If you listen to people and you talk to people, there is no place you can't meet people these days. We have so many common grounds, and such amazing products. Rhonda's on here, and we finally got her testimony in Lifespan Matters. If you've not seen it, even when we posted it on our sites, her site, and I tagged her, well, my site, and I tagged her in that. We got so many comments. So she's been hiding in the closet, not letting it. I'm going to call on you. But you've not let anybody know.
You
and you
closet
have such
case,
amazing...
Rhonda.
Yes. I mean, you know, and I think that's the thing. We don't share what we have, and we have so many different angles. You know, if you're not excited, go spend some time in Lifespan Matters and read some of those testimonies. Go on YouTube and pull up LifeVantage and see all the different testimonies that are there. We have tons and tons of testimonies. I got to tell you, every week I send out a text for business and a text for product. And I always do it on Sunday night because it's a mindset. People are thinking about going back to work. They hate what Monday brings. You know, they got all, that's why we have hump day on Wednesday. You know, people just really, really don't like what they do. You know, and this time I talked about, you know, why wouldn't you spend $250 one time to earn a couple hundred, a couple thousand, or maybe more every month, month after month? And I know just in our group, there are so many people, there are inactive people. Bobby brought up a name the other day, making a couple $1,000s because they got involved and talked to a few people and kind of just left it there. And every month they make this couple thousand. Maybe it's not as much as they want, but maybe they stopped sharing some part. And I don't think in LifeVantage we've ever had a better time to share. You know, you could share about the trip, you know, loving to travel. I can't tell you how many new people love that fact. They're like, "Ooh, Alaska cruise," you know, obviously they got to go to work, but you know, that's enough to get them excited. When we go to these different events, we go to Kansas City or wherever we're going, that's you know, a company event. People love to travel. They love to travel in, you know, and be with the group and stuff. But you know, again, I said, why wouldn't you spend $250 to be able to earn again and again? But so often when we're talking to people, you know, there's skepticism out there. So maybe you have to talk to them a little bit more. Maybe there's lack of knowledge. There's a lot of lack of knowledge of this industry. You know, sometimes people get hung up on we're just selling a product. Maybe they don't see that we're, you know, doing so much more than that, you know, that the business is so much bigger than that with the team building and all. Maybe they just don't see enough money. Maybe they're not getting the picture of the bigger money. You know, maybe they're thinking they don't have enough time. There's so much that we need to share with people that, you know, I always just say whatever their need or want is, and this is the line that you should, if you ever hear me say this line, you'll hear me say it a million times. I always say, I might have something that could help you. Would you be open to taking a look at a video? It's all on the tools. It's not on me. I heard something. I said, I might be able to help you with that. You know, would you be open to take? That's all I say. So we don't have to be like super smart or, you know, like some of the doctors on here. And it's really easy. Just share a video. We have so many different videos, but so much to talk about. You know, we can talk about Newsweek, what's going on. You can talk about the cruise. There's so many different things, but it always boils down to, I
Or the
believe,
new
the
weight loss
person's
product that's coming out. Anyone
the new
excited
weight loss
about a new
product.
weight loss product, folks? Huh?
Yep,
It's not a
I was gonna
secret
go
no
there,
more.
so just give me a minute. But anyway, so that's super exciting. But I wrote down a few different things. You know, excitement is really what's going to carry you in this. If you are excited about your products, and you know, sometimes I apologize to people when I start talking about the products because I think I get too excited and I don't want to scare them, but I am truly excited about the results. I mean, I said we saw Rhonda's, we saw Maureen's, the salon owner, her testimony earlier in the week. We're getting a lot of testimonies that are life-changing to people. Wouldn't you want to be that person that felt like you helped somebody so that, you know, like Rhonda, her hands, she could write again. You know, her hands were the size of a baseball mitt. She couldn't write. She had to quit her
Folks, if
career.
you haven't seen Rhonda's arthritis story with her hands, when this is over, go to the group and look at it. It is shocking, the results and how fast she got it. You got to see it.
Yeah. And so Rhonda, was that Dr. Goodman that helped you? Okay, so Dr. Goodman has got to feel really good about the success with this, you know, with Rhonda, who's much more than a patient at this point. He's got to feel really good. Wouldn't you feel really good about that? And we have so many different avenues. I did some figures. Do you know, and I was always saying a quarter of our population was over the age of 65. 34% are over the age of 50. And I think 50 really starts to become a magic number because more than that, 60% of adult Americans have one chronic disease. 60%. We have a huge market out there. We have so many people. 42% have more than two chronic diseases. So you don't have to go very far in a conversation to find out how you can help somebody. You know, it can be on a common ground, could be that they love to travel, could be they need help with the products. When people get testimonies that are life-changing, they're in the business because they can share that testimony again and again and again. And it's so important. But, you know, these are things that we need to help people with. But if we're not sharing with people, at least, I mean, how hard really, if somebody said, you know, I've got high blood pressure, how hard would it be for you to share the ABC video, which talks about high blood pressure, and just say, I might have something that could help you? You're really not doing any harm. Who would get mad at you if you said, I might have something that would help you? I mean, it's not even aggressive. It's not overly aggressive by any means. You're just kind of like sticking maybe your toe in for somebody to take a look at it. And it, you know, you're not even taking away from the time that somebody's maybe, you know, at a baseball game or playing pickleball or at church or wherever you are. You could do it in a grocery line a few minutes before you move up in the checkout. You know, I might have something that can help you with. I'm just saying, if you open your ears and your mind to people that you're around, you will find common ground that you're able to share. And we have so many great videos. You know, in the hub, if you scroll all the way down, there's a lot of videos there now that you can share. LifeVantage is doing a much better job. But even if you're just sharing the ABC video, I mean, that's huge. If you haven't listened to that recently, go back and listen to it. There's not a disease state that they don't hit on that we can't talk about. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And, you know, we don't cure anything, but the company is certainly at this point given us more leeway with some of this stuff than they did way back when. We couldn't talk about anything. I mean, we couldn't even talk about swollen joints or painful joints or anything. You know, they've got all kind of different testimonies and stuff out there that, you know, we can really help with people. The fact that we have ABC Primetime on LifeVantage's site now is like, wow, that was a major no-no years ago. So the floodgates are open. If you're not excited now, you really need to do a check, because it's just, I'm telling you, I send out my texts. And, you know, again, I've gotten a bunch of replies already, interested, you know, I want to know more, you know, sorry, I haven't been in touch. I mean, it's just like, it's a great way to keep in touch with people. Either do emails, do touches, collect your information. We are, again, networking. We need to keep in contact with these people, because we never know when life changes for people. We don't know what's going on with them. And when you're dealing with so many people, there's no other way for you to be able to, you know, reach out and stay in contact with those people. But it's really sharing. You just got to get excited about the product, get excited about the opportunity, get excited about what it's done for you. Even if you're only earning a couple hundred a month, isn't that paying for your product, or almost paying for your product? How many people would like to get their product for free? A lot of people would like to get their product free, to be able to use all these products, to, you know, possibly live longer, certainly better quality of life. These are things that people are very interested in, because even if you have all the money in the world, if you don't have your health, you really have nothing. Your health has to be the number one thing. And the older we get, the more precious that becomes. And that's why, you know, with all these diseases that people have. But the real law of success is you have to be excited. You have to get yourself excited. Be excited about something. Be excited about that cruise, going to Alaska. If you've never gone, like Bobby, he don't let anybody within, you know, 2 feet of him let them know that he's going to Alaska soon. He's already going, and he's going to South Africa, and he tells everybody where he's going. And people are like, really? How you doing that? And he's like, and it's a free Jeep. I got a free Jeep through my company. He always tells people that. You just got to be able to market this stuff. So if you're going to go on that Alaska cruise, I would start telling people, put it in your head that you're definitely going to go. Know that you're going to go. Plan to go. And just don't sit there. If you haven't mapped it out, please map it out, because it is, I don't think we've had an easier trip to date. I really don't. So, and you know me, I don't say it unless I honestly believe it. There has not been an easier trip. The biggest hurdle for most people, it's going to be getting your 3 tracks. And so with this month being double tracks, I would definitely go to work. That's going to be the hardest for, you know, some people are natural recruiters, natural products sales, you know, they've got their niches. But the 3 tracks will be the hardest thing. But it is very doable if you put your mind to it, and you get to work, and you plan on doing it. If you plan on doing it, you'll do it. It's funny how that happens. You get down to the end of the month and you need one more customer, or you need that one consultant, and it just happens because you planned on it. It was in your mind and you just make it happen. So share like you would a good book, share like you would a good movie, a good restaurant, whatever you're excited about, but get excited about the products because we are really getting some great things are happening. And Steve did that little video. I'm excited to hear what they have say Saturday night, but I was excited to hear what he had to say the other day because you can tell we've put everything in order. If you remember, if you go back like over 2 years ago, even before we had Evolve, Bobby and I were talking about customer, customer, customer. Because what happened to some of those companies is they got so consultant heavy. Only people using products were consultants. They did not have the huge customer base anymore. And so that's who the government is going to be coming after. So, you know, a long time ago when we learned how to get customers on Facebook and then they went to Evolve, they told you customers, those customers, some of them will evolve into glorified customers, or they might actually, you know, become a consultant and do the business like you and I. But remember, it's a small percentage. You look at on a Sunday night, out of all the people, there's 32 people on here. You know, Bobby and I, we have 2 new recruits this week. They just spent money to join the business and neither one is on here. I mean, it's just, you know, they're not all going to do it. They're going to do it at their own pace.
It's how it
No,
is.
maybe they're only going to do it Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You know, that's a mindset. Again, that's a mind block. You know, I can't talk to anybody other than Monday through Friday. You know, don't let that be your mind block. Whenever you're around people, like he said, the cruise, the weekends, you go out to, you know, happy hour somewhere, you go out to do whatever you do. There's lots of people being around. You just gotta kind of strike up a conversation, listen enough, and then you'll be able to help them with something and you'll be able to share, you know, our opportunity and our product. So, Bobby, anything I left? Oh, the weight loss, make a list, start making a list. I already have a list of people that, you know, I've kind of mentioned that we've got a new product that they might be interested in. And they've kind of said, yeah, whatever your new product is, I want to know. Or, you know, they're on the fat burn now and they're like, you know, anything else I can do to speed this journey up. So I'm already writing a list of weight loss. You should also have your list for the 29th for the launch. You know, you don't really want to give them the information until we get much closer. But again, you can be saying there's an exciting event coming up on the 29th. Do you want me to put you on a list to know as we get closer? Yes, I want to be on that list to get closer. And then you're very organized and you can just go down that list very quickly and you've been able to share people and stuff. So when will the new product be announced? Well,
It was
kind of
announced
already
on Saturday. They announced it already.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know when it's going to be available. I don't know. Well, some of us will get it earlier for going to Park Slope.
It's going to be available to be purchased in Kansas City. Okay, at the October event. The people that one of the perks of qualifying for the Rise retreat the end of August is they're all going to get it to use for the month or 6 weeks leading up to going to Kansas City. So they're going to get it as a gift. They'll probably be waiting for us in our room. But it was announced it's a weight loss product. It's a state-of-the-art weight loss product. I'm just going to take a minute to share this. You know, most companies out there, they, much like LifeVantage, we've only been here 6.5 years, but obviously you heard Steve say that we're 15 years old. You know, on Saturday, he was talking about 15th anniversary. And most companies that make it long-term, they make it because they had a big product. They had one product that just really went nuts. Well, with LifeVantage, it was Protandim, okay, NRF2. And then as time goes by, you look to add products to that, but that'll always be the mainstay. Well, April and I, the company that we came from, we had a weight loss product. It was called Bioline, okay? And it was 75% of the company's business. Okay, was the one product. And we also had like 30 products. And then along the way, we got a product that helped with cholesterol. Along the way, we had gotten a really good, probably the best in the world at the time, an omega-3 fish oil, and you kind of add on to it, okay? Well, let me tell you, folks, and again, we spent 25 years with that before that closed up. We have 2 now, okay? We got Protandim and collagen. but the weight loss product may be bigger than those two. If you've never dealt with weight loss, this is something that's going to be natural, holistic, that you know how, there's a million collagens out there, but nothing like ours. Okay, nothing like ours, nothing even close. Well, you've heard of Ozempic, okay, the shot that everybody's using for weight loss that has a lot of side effects. There's a lot of bad stuff that goes with it, but a lot of people have lost weight with it. What if there was something that worked that good or better without any side effects, no bad anything? It was natural. It worked with the same basic science and function. It's kind of like, I'm looking at it like our collagen. Well, there was a lot of collagen out there, but how did ours just work so much better than everybody else's? Like, how does that happen? And you heard Lisa Bond, you heard Julie Boyster. We're not just coming out with a weight loss thing. It's going to have an effect on the industry like collagen did. Okay, so considering the need for people to lose weight is the single biggest health problem in the world, not only in the United States, but in the world, because people lose weight and a lot of other diseases get fixed. Okay, start making your list now. April said it. Okay, start making your list now and tell people. And what I think the company is going to do is every week or two drop a little bit more information on us. Okay, that's what they're going to do. And you've heard it on the monthly calls that the FAB is doing, that they're going to leak information, they're going to drip information, they're going to do, and that's what they'll do with this weight loss product. But they said quite a bit on the Saturday virtual. If you missed it for some reason, the replay's available. Sit down and watch it, because there's just a lot of good stuff on there. And we're going to break it up into segments, because it was very well done. And depending on what you want to use, it could be a great recruiting tool to send people this segment that most applies to maybe the conversation you were having with them. It's going to be good. But in summing up, and I'll let you all go, there's never been a better time to be a member of LifeVantage, other than when Tyler and all those guys got started 15 years ago. You can never compare anything to that. But we have an industry now where there's some turmoil, because some companies are changing the way they're paying people. After those people get over the shock of what happened, they will be looking for a new home. Okay, and there's a lot of places for them to go, a lot of places to choose, but we will be one of those places. LifeVantage will be one of those places. And you'll hear Tuesday night. I don't know exactly what Erin and Steve and Kristen are going to talk about, but they're going to address the industry. They're going to address the next 15 years for LifeVantage. They're going to address the future. And, their whole thing is based on network marketing, not affiliate marketing. Okay, the board is in love with network marketing, which is what we are and what we do. So thank God for that. But just a lot of great stuff, folks. And the number one reason people join you in your business is excitement. And if you can't get excited over some of what's going on now, you need to give yourself a bit of a lobotomy in your head and start fresh, because there is so much to be excited about right now. And people are looking for second and third incomes. They're looking to stay healthy, live longer, and look better. We just got a lot of cool stuff going on. And the group of people we do business with, all kidding aside, starting with the 35 or so that are on here tonight, is there a better group of people in the world than what's here at LifeVantage? Be honest, man. I mean, this is just the best. We're a faithful group of people. We're a loyal group of people. We're people that care about other people and want to see other people, do good and have good and get more. That's why the cruise, I'm so excited about that. a lot of the places that we've gone, there was a lot of opportunity for people to scatter, you know, to just do different things and scatter. Like when we were in the Dominican Republic a couple months ago, you know, there was just a lot of other things you could do other than hanging out at the Hard Rock and, you know, with each other. You just had a lot of other options of things you could do. With a cruise ship, you're on the ship, man. You can't jump. You know what I mean? You might be in the casino, you might be shopping, you might be by the pool, but somebody can find you if they're looking for you, okay? That's the beauty of it, and that's where so much of the camaraderie comes from. So I love the fact that this next incentive trip is a cruise. I love it. But anyway, let's have a great week, everybody. Let's tune in Tuesday night, you know, and see what the company's got to say, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting. But a week from tomorrow, let's challenge ourselves to get as many guests, to get more guests on that Zoom than we have ever done personally to this point in time. You know, I always say,
Debbie has a
let's
question.
break
Debbie.
the webinar. Like, let's break it. Let's make people not be able to get on because it's full. April?
Debbie?
Yeah, hey, thank you. So I know someone that was with one of those companies that's been impacted. What do you suggest reaching out and saying?
If you haven't been friends with them and talking to them weekly, you're gonna appear like a poacher, and they won't like that.
Right.
I would just send a message just saying, you know, I feel for you and I can relate, and I know some people that have had similar experiences. I'll tell you a great story to tell that would help you is tell me an April story. Because we had a company close on us, okay, and we had to find a new home, and we had been there for 25 years. And just so you can just say, I have friends, you know, but be sympathetic, be a shoulder, you know, be a good listener. You can't appear like a poacher, you know. When our old company closed, we got so many messages, so many offers, deals, writing a check. There was a big company where the CEO called and said, don't do anything till you find out how much of a check I'm willing to write. I mean, it was, you know, in a way it was flattering because a lot of people wanted us to go with them, but it was slimy and slippery and didn't feel right either at the same time. It just felt like slime because it was people that had no idea who we were, never met us, didn't know us.
Right, okay.
And they did it the first day it happened. I mean, we were still in shock from the phone call that the company pulled the plug, and we're getting bombarded with offers from other things. So April, you want to add to it? Is it sympathetic and I feel for you? Is that the best way to go with it, or let them know
Yeah,
that?
we just did this with Catalina. She had somebody, and you know, I just said, you know, just tell them. And I know you would always be sympathetic, Debbie. I know you would. Your heart's in the right place. So, you know, just say you feel sorry for them, but you can relate our story, and just if when and if she's ever open to talking, we'd love to talk to her because we can kind of relate a little bit what she's going through.
Okay, thank you.
And the reason why for us, you know, the story would be good for you to use is because when the worst day of our lives happened, our business lives happened, of all the opportunities that we were offered, we chose LifeVantage. And we could have gone anywhere, and everybody was offering lines, volume, money, checks. There were all kinds of deals being thrown at us, yet we chose LifeVantage. So if it helps you, just use it. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, I hope you're as excited as we are. Let's get on that boat, man. I call it a boat. I know it's a ship, but let's get on that boat and have some fun. And, you know, we got 9 months, but you know what? You don't want to miss the first 2 or 3 months. Do you know the people that end up just missing incentive trips? They just miss because they didn't pay attention the first 2 or 3 months. That's what happens. And they wish they had started earlier and they went real hard, say for 6 months, and come up a little short. And that little short is because they didn't do anything when they learned about it. Okay. So let's take advantage. Company says double points this month. Let's get them. Okay, let's get the double points this month. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. We appreciate you guys joining us, and we got a lot of stuff going on next 10 days. It's a really good time to get busy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.